Good morning. It's time for our daily devotion. Today we're reading Mark chapter 4 together, and there are lots of familiar stories there. One in particular is the story of the calming of the storm, calming of the sea. The disciples get in the boat, they take Jesus along with them. They get out into the middle of the Sea of Galilee, and a storm kicks up, and Jesus, of course, is asleep on a cushion and resting comfortably while the storm rages. The disciples, on the other hand, are out of their mind in fear, and they wake Jesus up. Jesus gets up and calms the storm. They're amazed. That's the gist of the story. But this morning, as I read Mark chapter 4 and the account of the calming of the storm, I saw a very short phrase that I'm not sure I ever saw before. At least it never registered with me before. It says, leaving the crowd, they took him along with them in the boat, just as he was, and other boats were with him. Other boats were with him. Now, in all the depictions I've ever seen of Jesus calming the storm, whether it be in movies or in pictures, in paintings, I've never noticed that there are other boats on the sea with them, but evidently there were. And I began to think about that this morning for a few moments, about what it would be like to be in the boat with Jesus and to be right next to him as he cries out to the storm and the waves and the sea and the thunder and the lightning, peace, be still, and to see that and to be with Jesus so close that you could reach out and touch him. What an unbelievable experience that would be, to be that close, to be in the boat with Jesus. But then I also got to wondering what it would be like to be in one of the other boats. Now, if you're in one of the other boats, you can see the miracle. And perhaps you can even hear Jesus' voice. But there's something that separates you from the intimacy and the closeness of being in the boat with Jesus when the miracle happens. There were lots of bystanders, evidently. There were people in other boats who were watching from the outside, looking in. There were lots of folks who'd gone along for the ride, who'd got caught in the storm, and were able to see Jesus calm the storm from a distance. But they weren't in the boat with Jesus. Now, here's my point. And I may be stretching the point a bit to make a point, but here's what I'm thinking today. I think there are lots of people who are bystanders. They see Jesus. They know Jesus. They recognize Jesus' voice. And they recognize a miracle when they see it. But they are living their entire Christian life from other boats. Not in a place of intimacy with Christ, closeness with him, being in the boat so close you could touch him. They're experiencing this life at a distance away from Jesus that is safe, that doesn't identify them too strongly with him, that doesn't mark them too much as being a follower of Christ, and yet close enough that they can observe and participate vicariously in the miracles of Jesus and the power of Jesus and the presence of Jesus, but never really too close. And I wonder today, is that you? Are you a person who has decided that you are going to participate in this life with Jesus from a safe distance? Or have you jumped in the boat with him so close that you not only are in peril with him, but you are experiencing the miracles that can only be experienced by being so close that you can reach out and touch him? That's my challenge to you today. If you are following Jesus from a distance because you think it's safer, because you think there's some advantage to that, let me just encourage you to haul off and jump in the boat with Jesus today. Spend some time with him, pray, read his word, experience him in a very close and personal way. Ask him to draw you into the boat with him. Be willing to pay the price to ride out the storms, to go through the difficulties and the tribulations that may come as a result of being in the boat with him, but pay the price, because let me tell you, it's worth it. If you've never been in the boat with Jesus, if you've never walked with him so intimately and so closely that he's right next to you, you are missing part of the experience that he has for you. You are missing part of the glory of being that close to Jesus. Do whatever it takes today to get close to him. Make it a great day, and I'll see you next time.